quote I had read of yours is you can't force an idea to be something it's not. You can only walk with it and get to know it well. So how does that process work when you're walking with these ideas and getting to know them?
Wow, did I say that? Okay, that's cool. It's basically, trying just writing the story over and over in my sketchbook and until feel like it's coming into its own. And then the art, in the process of finding the art style as well, I'll spend like a month just messing around with different techniques until it starts to look like something. And even with characters, like don't in my newest picture book is Don't Worry Murray. So Murray is a dog, and I drew about 1,000 dogs before I picked what kind of dog Murray would be. So it's a lot of trial and error for me. But I just wanted him to be the doggiest, like uber dog that you could have, sort of the essence of a dog. So yeah, finding the essence of the story is similar, like finding just writing in different voices or different tenses or different points of view until you find the true voice of the story. And it's not easy. I've had a couple where the voice just kind of came to me on the first try, but that doesn't happen that often. I can't really count on it. So, and a lot of times I'll try, like if you try to make the story fit into a certain outline or say it has to go this way, it has to be this, you kind of miss out on the deeper intelligence of, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like this, I guess the subconscious knows more than I do. So if I try to tell it what to do instead of just following it, it isn't as good as it would be.
So is that like a muse that's speaking to you, or do you believe that this art exists already someplace and you're bringing it through to this plane, or am I talking nonsense and it's really just a different process? How do you know when you've got it?
No, I can be pretty touchy feely about this stuff, but I think, yeah, I do think there are these ideas and books that exist already, and I'm trying to get into that. It's sort of like a little capsule that's somewhere in the realm of possibility, and I'm trying to get in there and find out what's in there. So yeah, any little door that opens, I try to follow it, and I also I can kind of see the art in my imagination too. Like what is it going to look like? But it's kind of far away and small and blurry. So yeah, just getting to know the project and like getting inside of it and then just looking around and seeing what's there. That's how I work most of the time.
So when you find Murray, it's not I, David Ezra Stein, have created Murray. It's I have discovered Murray. Murray is Murray, and I found him. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I had the idea to write a book called Don't Worry Murray, but then what is that? Like, who is Murray and what is his world and what does he worry about? And so all those things have to kind of come at one at a time or come on the journey of discovering the project and what it needs to be. And then when it feels finished, it feels finished. Like, you just get this feeling. I get this feeling in my stomach that it's like nice warm feeling that it's finished.
And if an editor comes to you and says, actually, I want you to do this or that, and you say, no, it's finished. My stomach says it's finished. Leave me alone.
Yeah, in that case, I would, but yeah, like that's usually that feeling doesn't always come before I show it to the editor. It often comes like after I've worked with her or him for a while or had a few back and forths or you know I think it's a matter of time. Like it's just you just get to know the project after a certain amount of time, and the editor can definitely help in that process, or help to focus you, or because like everything is such a first impression when you're writing something, you're just, you just wrote it that morning and you don't have perspective on it really. So it's great to have an outside person saying like, I see it in a more long-term way. Like maybe that line isn't as important as the rest of it, or, getting that feedback in the early stages of something can be helpful. But if I really feel like it's done, I'm gonna fight for it. Yeah, I'm not gonna back down.
I mean, at this point, you're Caldecott winning author David Ezra Stein. You've got a show on Apple. I mean, at this point, surely people say, oh, well, if you feel strongly about this, let me just back off. You haven't been wrong so far. Let's see how this pans out, right?
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, I think I feel like I'm starting over pretty much every time I do a book, and people are surprised to hear that, I think, but it really is a humbling experience to try to create something that nobody's seen before. And you don't know what it's supposed to be until until it starts feeling like something. So yeah, I don't consider myself like the all-knowing David Ezra Stein, more of just the David Ezra Stein who's open to learning something and finding out something. And that's more exciting probably than knowing everything.
That's probably a much healthier approach. That makes sense.